Life is harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our love tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like a movie, my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up, I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quarantine, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
I'm waiting, babe, that you send me a little faith to believe that you still want me. They say I need company, I don't want another one here. What you do, I can't compare it. You never care about gifts, never care nothing. Said that you had no time for that. And when I made a plan, you always felt boring. And I don't know why I'm still love you. I'm missing the face. When we're like that, when we're like the same. When we're like that, I'm missing the face.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the ZNTH League Season 2. Tonight, we're following Written in Blood versus 0 Hour or H1Z1. Let's get into the commentator box. Here we go. ZNTH League. There are 11 teams. No, 10 teams here. One of them dropped out in the last few days. And here are the 10 teams: Phoenix, Fuha, H1Z1, HNKL, Kraken Esports, Ericsson, RGX, TXC, W1B and ZNTH. Tonight we're going to follow Written in Blood versus H1Z1, and after that on Footage Blitz YouTube channel, he will be streaming KRK-S versus RGX in around 30 minutes. And it's not going to be DB Marius streaming Fuha or TXC. It's going to be Stinge. If I can change it here for you, I think I can change it immediately, which is a really good thing about coding in general. Let me find your name. And it will be nice and dandy. Stin577. Now, this should come out right. Yeah, it's taking some time. Okay, finally it's loaded. Oof, I don't know why it's taking a long time to change this. There we go. This is it. Stin577 will be streaming full half versus DXC. I still haven't received any room invite yet for some odd reason. Oh, there we go. So it's going to be Hellas. We're going to start with Hellas. Is it the case here? Let me double check. The maps are going to be... No, it's going to be Castilla, Mayan Ruins, Hellas, and Alpenstadt. I think it's not in this order, so I think it will change. We'll see. So, here is your team here. We can't turn on any song request. Hello everyone for watching. Hello, or good to see you here. Nice to be streaming this tournament. The ZNTH League Written in Blood versus H1Z1. We start off with Written in Blood with potentially true positive in the T110E5. Ghost Atlee, and I believe he will be the caller for this team. In the 50B, incompatible. Yes, I guessed it right. In the IS4, Yoku. In the T22, Lieutenant. In the T110E5, Stranger. In the IS4, and for Harisk in the E5. Meanwhile, H1Z1, Vamila is it on the subs bench. H1Z1 going with Al Rashidi. In the IS4, Ali Moser and Hori, Guevara, and the Vegas Lights. Oh, we're going to see some changes in the lineup. Vamila is going in, and we have Criminal on the subs bench. Uva in the IS4, the Naker in the Vegas Lights. Triple A in the EML1, which is not allowed, I believe. And Prince XD in the IS4. Hello Rupin, hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hello Trathead Pete, hello Biscuit, hello Master Q, hello Cuba, hello Manuel, and hello Buta or Butane, I don't know. Mamori is on the suspension as well. I believe he will be representing H1Z1. Well, we're going to see some substitutions going on. Criminal is going in here. Incompatible will be spectating, and so does AAA. Now RDX, you're in the wrong room. I don't think your match is going to be starting in 30 minutes, and it's already 7 o'clock here. In the Greenwich Mean Time. We're going to start in any moment soon. So, well, I have to change the screen. I forgot to change the scene. Well, I apologize. Let's get the right scene, shall we? Wrong logo. Basically, there are no logos for the ZNTH League, so There you go. No logos for you. So that's pretty much what you'll be expecting. Battles will be streaming very soon. Hosting 577. We have a lot of viewers right now, so that's good. 12. Let's get more in the next few minutes, shall we? What is ZNTH League? It's in the single round robin format. Every matchup will be played 8 times, no matter how the result's going to be. I mean, even if you win 5 matches already, you're going to still play. And we have some changes as well. Right, once again, true positive in the E5 Auburn, in the E5 Yoku, in the E5 Oharisk, also in the E5. We also have Ghost Adley in the 140, Lieutenant in the Crown Wagon, and Vamilo potentially in the Vegas Light. H1Z1 now going with Rashidi and the E3, Elimosa in the Hori. You're not here to stream snipe, sorry, Sparta. Guevara in the E5, Uva and the Vegas Lights, Criminal in the IS4, Naked in the E5, and Prince also in the E5. We cannot wait for too long. We have 2 spectators for the W1B League. You only HD only could have 1 spectator, if I read the rules correctly. Stinge, you said it's called Stinge. Hello, oh god, I thought you have bad internet, Marius. Good evening. Are you there? I don't know what we're waiting. We're waiting for Criminal to ready up, and we'll be into the first game. Written in Blood versus H1Z1. Thank you. Thank God it's live. Hopefully everything is working fine. Muhammad Hamori saying good luck to H1Z1. And we're just waiting for Criminal to ready up. Once again, the lineup, True Positive in the E5 alongside Ober, Yoku, and Volharisk. Ghost Deadly in the 140, Lieutenant in the Crown Wagon, Vamilo in the Vegas Light. H1Z1, we have our Rashidi in the E3, quadruple E5s by Elibosa, the Naked Prince, and Guevara, Uva in the Vegas Light, and the Criminal in the IS4. Helios is a map I will prefer going to, but if A and B, but defending them would be difficult because not a lot of terrain to work with, and it is relatively easy to be pocketed into a very tight space. So if you want map control, something in the lines of going to C might be a good idea. We're just going to follow Vamilo here. Going into this aggressive bush, we'll be spotting up some really aggressive tanks, and look at it. Naka and Princess, it's getting spotted, and here Vamilo puts a good shell into the Naka. The Naka is also getting captured by Written in Blood as well, and so does H1Z1 on the beacon, and that's also a really good reset onto Uva. But Lieutenant's taking some hits in return. Hit points. Oh, Uva taking more and more hits. Written in Blood's doing a really great job in resetting Uva, and now he is unable to capture B here. Ghost at least spotted the Uva is trying to get out of this quagmire at the moment. C is now getting captured by Eddie Moser, but I don't think that's the main priority of H1Z1 right now. Because, yes, you will get a cap, but you need to try and get your hit points back. And I think H1Z1, they will try to punish Written in Blood's tanks, whether they're a little bit too careless. But H1Z1 is playing really, really spread out, and I'm not sure if H1Z1 is, might be caught off guard here. Written in Blood, if they realize this, they could focus onto one single line and push away, but H1Z1, it's dropping some more hit points maybe, but Written in Blood did a really good job not dropping unnecessary hit points. Oh, B is now also getting captured. That was a sneaky capture by H1Z1, which means Written in Blood needs to make a push. Ghost Atlee is there to kind of spot the tanks up, and H1Z1 are quickly regrouping here. H1Z1 knows Written in Blood is piling up onto C, and they are in a little bit of pressure situation. They defend the C here, but Voharisk, Yoku, and maybe True Positive might be going for Alimosa, and H1Z1 needs to close in and try to wrap around the tanks. They need to do some kind of a counter push here, and I think they are doing so. Voharisk is really low here, and Voharisk will be the first tank down. It will be the case, but so does Alimosa. Hipwood's still in favor of Written in Blood, but Capwoods are in favor of Written in Blood now. Nobus is now getting chased by Criminal, and Al Rashidi needs to try to close it, but he has shots, so you can't blame him for staying at the back. Uva is dead as well. It's still very close to call. Hippo is now neck and that Prince might be able to get True Positive here. Oh, just very by a tiny margin here. The Naka is also dead. And H1Z1 Oben is also dead. H1Z1 are getting this back. Obviously, Devourer is very isolated, but Rashidi, he needs to put big shots in, and Prince is also pretty low, but this, I think, Written in Blood might have an advantage here. They got 2 caps, they have 100 points, and now they have the hit point pool advantage back. Are they able to kill off Lieutenant before Prince is dead here? And then it's not going to be the case. Prince is dead. This looks like to be a win for Written in Blood. Unless there are some miracles happening. Unless H1Z1 managed to kill all 4 tanks. And this is going to be Written in Blood's game. Great attempt by H1Z1 to pull it back. But I think the problem is here. Maybe they need to kind of consolidate better. It is somewhat easy for Written in Blood to get the focus fire into the forces of H1Z1, to be honest with you. And I don't think H1Z1 has bad focus fire, but probably just the formation they are putting on made it easy for Written in Blood to kind of get the shots in. And that's why they won. And you saw both Milo and also Ghost Atlee doing an amazing job trying to get the spots up and trying to get the shots in. Looking at the damage here. Here is the damage for you. Vamilo doing more than 4k, really good job. And Ghost Atlee, Lieutenant, and Yoku doing more than 2k as well. Rashidi doing more than 4k. And the Naka, Guevara, and Prince doing more than 2k. Just really good as well. Sorry for leaving you for too long. Well, I'm back. Second game on Hellas. Hello, Stin. Oh. I forgot my numlock. I'm sure I didn't. Yeah, I think... Right, there we go. Hello everyone. We're back. Second game. H1Z1 this time committing mostly to A and B, and Written in Blood also doing something similar. Written in Blood going with Kranvagen by Lieutenant, Ghost Atlee in the 140, Quadruple Fights by Oben Yoku, True Positive for Harris, Vamilo, and the Vegas Light. Meanwhile, H1Z1 going with Uva in the eyes for alongside Criminal and Prince. T125 is going to be taken by Alimosa and also Guevara. We're slowly seeing some shots going into Alimosa already. And Vamila once again doing a really good job in spotting up the tanks. Rashidi in E3, and we also have the Naka in the Vegas Light. At this time, H1Z will get a cat lead, and Written in Blood will be trying to pressure H1Z1. Alimosa is in a really aggressive position. If you look at him, he's held down in this position and is trying to look over to B, preventing Written in Blood from getting a hand onto this cap. But Written in Blood can capture C without any trouble at all, and H1Z1 doesn't need to do much to reset actually, because they have a cap lead. All they need to do is to stay safe, conserve hit points, chip away the careless tanks on Written in Blood. And hello Edwin. Let me see if I got the right. Yeah, I got the right thing. What? So, Return of Blood is trying to make a move down to this valley here, and Sadly, he's getting very aggressive. H1Z1 might be in trouble here. Guevara is isolated, and that could be a really good move from Written in Blood. Guevara is trying his best. He cannot panic to move back, but still hit points are in favor of H1Z1. Will this push from Written in Blood work, actually? And somehow H1Z1 has good focus onto true positive, but not a certainty here. Written in Blood, their rush formation is now flaking apart, falling apart a bit. Sadly's down, our Rashidi's down, Guevara is also down. I mean, this is really good focus fire from Written in Blood, taking out some really important tanks like our Rashidi and Guevara. Prince is also dead, and it's going to be 6 versus 4 here. It's going to be 5 versus 4. Vamila is also dead. They need to take out true positive, and the Naked needs to come in and save the guys here. H1Z1. Ali Mosa is very low. They need to find which tank they want to go for. The Lieutenant is going to be the case here, and the Astrid is still really healthy. He needs to start doing some shielding here. Hipwin's still in favor of Written in Blood. Lieutenant is down. It's going to be 3 versus 3. Hipwins are in so favor of Written in Blood, and Uva missed. I think missed. Is it a miss there? I think so. Crimino and the Naker is trying to focus onto the Auburn. Auburn puts a good shot to Uva, and he's dead, and I think once again. However, though, don't let it, they need to do it quick. Basically, H1Z1 has 2 caps. Naked needs to play really cleverly not to fall under the hands of those double E5s, and Yorker will be the focus Naked wants to go for, but he doesn't have enough depression here. I mean, let's head over to his perspective, and already they got the caps. This game goes to H1Z1. Hello, stranger. I mean, look at the damage here. It's going to be 1-0 right now. Damage. We have 4 tanks doing more than 2k. The Naked, very important. 4 kills, doing more than 3k. But somehow he is not the most aggressive in the Vegas Light, and Written in Blood tried to make a very sneaky push, but I believe it's pretty much the formation they were lacking there. I think they kind of resolved into a vertical straight line, made it somewhat easy for H1Z1 to get a focus in, but other than that, 5 tanks doing more than 2k, really good focus fire. I think it's really down to I think the caps maybe I don't know what to say. Maybe if they have cleared the tanks more quickly, maybe if they don't made it easy for H1Z1 to get a focus fire here, maybe they will win that. But I suppose it's not really the focus fire that Written in Blood is lacking. They are doing it really well. Pretty much something that the teams need to take a look at. I don't know. But we are now on to Castilla, one of the most boring maps in this game in terms of commentating. Let's hope that these 2 teams are not going to make this commentary dull, hopefully. I'm pretty sure I got the overlay right. I'm just going to check on my phone where this is the case. Oh yeah, I got it right, yeah. So it's good. Oof, so now we're going to have some changes here. Written in Blood going with True Positive, Endercrown Wagon Omen, ND5 potentially. Ghost Atlee, ND STB1, very interesting choice here. I think the view range is nerfed. It has good turret armor, good gun depression, could work really well in a hold down situation. Incompatible in the eyes for Yoku in the Crown Vargas range in the 140 Vamilo in the Vegas Light, going with a triple medium light strategy on Castilla, which is going to be quite interesting because Castilla is not the most open map here. But with the mobility they're going to use, it could be really good if you are down in the cap points, and we need to kind of pincer the enemies over to the other side. But H1Z1 going with Rashidi in the IS4 and Guevara and Criminal as well. Over the double Vegas lights alongside the Naked. Animos in the Leopard 1, I like that. Both teams are taking some really mobile setup. Prince in the Z potentially, or will he change? No, it's only been Rashidi changing into the E5. RDX power, you're not even here. So let's see about this game, shall we? Very interesting lineup, I would say. Both teams, triple mediums or lights, something I like to see. And I'm going to throw in shade for the NA server for not taking like 3 mediums or lights, even in maps like Oasis Palms and also Desert Sun. So I'm so sorry. I'm going to put some shade on you for not taking enough mobility. But we're going to see a boost here. Elimosa, Uva, is this boost going to work? Is this going to work? Yes! Elimosa is boosted upwards. Ooh, this is a really interesting play here. H1Z1 Wargaming apparently hasn't fixed that. Boost here, Rashidi spotted. I wonder what Written in Blood's going to have. And this respawn, so Stranger is going to get B with impunity, potentially. Criminal is still slowly going into the position. Maybe we'll put a good shot in Stranger. That's a good shot in Stranger. Bounces a shot from Stranger. Let's head down to Criminal. Is he able? No, Stranger abandons speed cap, which is a really good call. Which means we're going to get some really boring games. I'm afraid Rashidi is not going for A. Auburn is getting heavily smacked. Where did that come from? Oh, he's sported. Oh, some really good sporting from Uva here. Will the medium tanks, or they have a T8, could put some really good shells there. Written in Blood's dropping a lot of hit points right now. But Criminal puts another good shell into the 140 and incompatible as well. They are trying to force cap that B base. But meanwhile, H1Z was going to get A. Will he get reset though? I mean, you can look at Ghost Atlee. Ghost Atlee in the STB1 in position to reset. Over puts a good shot at Elimosa in that spot, in that corner. He can put some really good shells. I mean, he's not aiming at there, but he has shots onto Van Miller and Ghost Atlee. I don't know why he was going for that. Don't try to go down. I mean, you're in good position anyway. Van Miller is also getting shot at. Oh, Yoku is also getting shot at. Written in Blood, very, very spread out, and they don't have the hit points. They really need to consolidate. Meanwhile, Elimosa has dropped down. I think H1Z1 are preparing for a push, potentially. They're trying to shut down Van Miller and co. And I think Van Miller gets a really big shot there. Oh, 700. Is it just a shell from Elimosa? If that's the case, that's goddamn impressive. Van Miller is there. Ghost Atlee is getting rushed. I think H1Z1 might have the advantage here, but meanwhile, you have these kind of heavy tanks stuck on C. I mean, H1Z1 killing Ghost Atlee is another big bonus as well. It's going to be 5 for the 7. They have the caps. No, not really. They don't have one cap. They need to get one cap to get it back. But the mediums need to be careful not to over commit though, because Auburn is there to put some good shots there. Now I think H1Z1, it could be a really big misplay here, trying to overcommit into these tanks. Naked and Elimosa needs to stop. The adrenaline is not doing in favor of them. The incompatible is getting rushed by Guevara. However, H1Z1, you have the Prince and also Criminal, they need to get in. They cannot stay behind this. H1Z1, they are not in a good formation right now. They really support these tanks, and especially the Vegas Light and also Leopard 1 here. Rather than that, they still have the tanks. It's 4 for the 7. They have lots of low hit point tanks here. Prince need to put a good shell into Yoku, and that's the case. You still see a really good hit point pool sharing from the H1Z1 side, but Elimosa needs to drop down. He's a one shot. You still have a very healthy Prince there. That will be the bargaining power for H1Z1. And, oh, he's getting shot at as well. The H1Z1 was trying to capture B. I mean, hit points still dwindling for H1Z1. Guevara is still really healthy, and I think Guevara can try to go down, but I mean, you have the true positive full clip, but it's a one shot. Guevara, if he's daring enough, he can make that push, make that call. I mean, I mean, now Stranger has moved away. I think that will be a good moment to do a push. Maybe no, I'm not entirely sure. The Prince might want to kill a tank here. Is he going to kill a tank? He does. He kills off Auburn, but he got killed in return. But they still have 6 tanks there. Guevara can go in and try and shut down, not Yoku, but True Positive. But that was a good shot into Yoku. True Positive is down. I don't think that Written in Blood will be getting this back. You still have around 2 minutes remaining, and this is very likely to be H1Z1's game. Guevara fluffs that shot, but that's not important. Because Yoku is killed by a criminal, Alimosa is now getting chased by a stranger. That was a good shell. Now, that means Stranger is down to 42 hit points. Is Stranger's able to kind of pull it out from the bag? You have 3 one-shotter there. He could do something. He could do something if he plays it cleverly. I mean, Stranger is a very clever person. You never know. The Naka is going to kill him off. Is it going to be the case? Oh, Stranger kills off the Naka. The Naka unable to respawn quickly here. That was an important kill. But Guevara is there. Stranger needs to be careful though. Oh no. Guevara getting kills off. Oh, he can kill off Stranger. This game goes to H1Z1. Wow, what a game that was. Really good game. I mean, looking at the damage here, Prince did more than 4k and 2Z8. Unfortunately, I mean, Alimosa did really well in the level 1 as well, and he should be really important in that position. More than 3k, but rest, you have 5 tanks doing more than 2k for the H1Z1 side. That's a good sign. Written in Blood, you have 3 tanks doing more than 2k. However, I think the problem with Written in Blood is that they are so spread out, and I mean, they were so spread out and they were unable to kind of like consolidate. While H1Z1 was able to consolidate, they were almost punished with being too committed to those heavy tanks out near C. And if it's going to be Legion on endgame being that team there, H1Z1 could have lost that, could have thrown this one away. And I don't think that would be a good thing, because H1Z1 started really well. Made a really good call to push off the tanks on A. If they made a mistake like that, that could be quite very costly. Meanwhile, now we're going for the second game on Castilla. Written in Blood with double 50Bs could be a good idea, and a double Crown Wagon. Double 50Bs by Ghost Atlee there on the north side, incompatible, and double Crown Wagon by Yoku and True Positive Stranger in the STB1. Auburn in E5 and Vegas Lights will be played by Valmilla. Meanwhile, we have the H1Z1 going with Triple Ice forced by Alimosa, Guevara, and Criminal. Prince in the 268, Rashidi in the E5, and double Vegas Light by Uva and the Naka. I think there is some trouble in this. Guevara is unable to get up on this. I think this is a fail, we can call it. I think this is a big fail. You're seeing right now, Written in Blood have already committed tanks onto Crown Wagon already. Finally Guevara is there, but it's taking way too long for him to go into that position. But I don't think that would be a big problem here. But IS-4, seriously? You don't have a lot of accuracy? I will wait to see how it's going to work, but I'm not confident that's going to be a good position. I mean, they are now going to abandon that position. So, wait to see. That's a really interesting strategy, not gonna lie. If it's going to work, that's going to be a very unusual and Stranger getting blind fired from some for some reason. He's getting blind fired. I don't know how he's reacting at this moment in time. Ghost Atlee's getting shot at. No, it's incompatible. My eyes, it's not working. Double Crown Wagons still holding on. Written in Blood, yeah, it's bleeding a bit. But I don't think it's really the H1Z1 Written in Blood's problem here. H1Z1 knows where Written in Blood's tanks are positioned. They're trying to blind fire, Stranger trying to blind fire, everyone's trying to blind fire. It's a bird contest. I don't know. I think there is a Netflix television series blind about a scary apocalypse where if you see something, see something, then you will go insane and will kill yourself. I think it went viral at one point. I think, well, I think we are seeing that exactly. The Milo's getting spotted, and this is going to be a dull game as I could imagine. Castilla, that map doesn't get that notorious name without any reason. This is why Castilla is the most boring map in the game for commentating, to be honest with you. That's why I'm having a lot of hate onto Castilla, and if Wargaming decides to kind of remove this map from tournaments, I'll be happy. But we're seeing some action already here. Auburn's getting spotted in this position in an E5. I don't know what Written in Blood has in mind. This is a really interesting call for the Written in Blood strategy here. I don't really know, because the problem is once you get spotted, you will get heavily smacked. And the E5, you have the gun, you have you have okay accuracy, but you don't have that fear factor. And now Auburn is really low, which means H1Z1 are in front in terms of hit points, but they are not together. They really need to be careful though. Written in Blood can bite back if H1Z1 are not careful enough, and that will be going to be Criminal and also Naked. But now the double crown Vargadars, both spotted, or really down to the focus fire right now, whether they could get the numbers read correctly. The 50Bs must work together. It doesn't seem to be so right now. Rashidi needs to stop dropping unnecessary hit points. Anonymous is a pretty good shell, but H1Z1 are not focusing at the moment. But at this point, at this moment in time, if they are not rushing, then I think your best call is to chip away as many hit points as possible for the enemy team. But Rashidi is really low, and he's down. The numbers are now in favor of Written in Blood here. H1Z1, the Naked, and also Criminal needs to kill off True Positive before Yoku is able to put some important shells into H1Z1. Written in Blood are trying to make a comeback here, and I think they need to play their cards carefully. True Positive is down, but they need to absolutely take out Yoku. Yoku is very low as well. Yoku is now on a clip reload. Prince is still really healthy. Uva is dead. It's going to be 6 versus 4 here. Vamelo is getting killed by Prince. That was a very important kill. Yoku is dead. Animos is really low, but Animos will be taken out really soon. At this point, they want to keep their tanks alive and really want to kill the tanks. That was an important kill on the Stranger. Prince is really landing those important kills at the moment. And if those double 50Bs decides to rush, absolutely Prince cannot fluff a shell. Both of them are one shot to that to that Prince, except probably Ghost Atlee here. But they have Vickers Light with the Naked and Criminal very healthy. Only 2 minutes remaining. These two tanks need to stay alive as much as possible. They need to work together though, because now the Naked is very isolated. And the Criminal as well. Written in Blood can still make this happen. Can still make it work. But only if they are able to get the able to isolate the tanks. Prince did a really good call to put it back, which sets up a good defensive lineup for H1Z1. Written in Blood got a, which is an important one. But Auburn is a really low, 84 hit points there. Criminal. Oh, Oben's dead. That was a good kill from Naked. That's very good. Oh well, good crossfire, I must say. Not necessarily the best position, but a good crossfire, I must say. Maybe it's a good position. Maybe I would say it's a good position. Good call from Naked, and it's going to be 2 more. I think it's going to be 2 more shells. Good kill onto Ghost Atlee. We're now down to 40 seconds left, and I think the Naked is going to finish him off. And it's going to be the case that this game, the 4th game, goes to H1Z1. That was a brilliant play from H1Z1, I must say. Ooh, I have to say I am not a fan of that strategy put out by Written in Blood, particularly where that E5 is positioned. It's simply it's very bizarre. I must say, I'm so sorry. But you really need to evaluate whether that's a good idea, to be honest with you. But H1Z1, they also have to be careful. That E5 Al-Rashidi dropping some unnecessary points. That could be a problem. But they've done really well. Criminal and the Naker. If these two tanks are able to kind of clear up, but you can't blame them for that, to be honest with you. But if they do clear up those Crown Bargains more quickly, then that could spell even more trouble for Crown Bargain. But that, I think, the Naked did a really good job in getting the focus fire and flanking the tanks. That's very important, and you can see that the tanks alive did the 7 kills and really good damage. Only Goose Alley is able to put up more than 4k, and this is it for you. We're now on to Mayan Ruins. Oh, thank you for following, Fissy. We're now on to Mayan Ruins. Mayan Ruins it's known to be a really heavy map, and we're going to see some bounces potentially on this map, and this is going to be done by Written in Blood. They're going to be doing True Positive in the E5, Ghost Atlee in the 140, Vermillo in the T62A, Incompatible in the E100, Lieutenant and Stranger in the double mouse. For Harisk in the E5, I really want to see how they're going to play with those double mouse and E100. It could work brilliantly over to the AB side, but the problem could also be the DPM, which if H1Z1 realizes this, that could be a big problem there. And then H1Z1, whenever I see a lot of IS sports, I go really salty, so I'm going to call Written in Blood the win here, because really sex 2 pro IS sports. Are you serious? I know this is I know NA top 4 clans take a lot of IS sports, but really, no, you're not. I don't want to say GMA, but you're not GMA. You're not Gamma. And you're taking quadruple IS Sports by friends Naker, Uber, and Rashidi. Guevara in the mouse, Evie will be taken by Alimosa, and Criminal will be taking the WZ113. The problem I find with IS Sports in Clan Wars is that, yeah, it has good armor, but the gun is really, it could be disappointing. The accuracy is not really the best. DPM is pretty low, and yeah, the mobility is fine, but not really the best in the heavy tank. So that's why a lot of tanks, they either go for a really slow tank or they go for relatively mobile, the most mobile in certain situations. That's why you see a lot of E5s, and sometimes WZ13 and Written in Blood, Vermillo and Ghost Atlee are going to take C, which is going to give Written in Blood that cap lead here. Oh, Al-Rashidi going for a B straight on. Problem is, you can try to defend using these kind of pillars here, and I think we can go down to Al-Rashidi. You can side straight really well, but the problem is your tank will be down there pretty much for the rest of the game, unless Written Blood is not really looking at that position so that you can run away. Incompatible receives an HE shell from, puts an HE shell into that Al-Rashidi, and receives more than 200 damage for that. Written in Blood, definitely looking for a Rashidi, and you might want to go to this to hide your tank, though he is not hiding his tank, and he can draw more and more hit points. If he doesn't do it right now, turn right and go down, and that's what he should be doing. Yes, go for it. Yes, there we go. Now he should be safe right now. He can just hold down, and Voharis might be looking to shut our Rashidi down, and now H1Z1 needs to close in and punish the tanks going for our Rashidi. They need to focus fire here right now. They need to call for a focus fire. True Positive is a one-shot, and Written in Blood is doing fantastically in responding to H1Z1's counter push. And Voharis puts a good shell to our Rashidi, and H1Z1 just piling into this E5 right now. Our Rashidi is a one-shot. He needs to stay as long as he could. Oh, that was a bad splash from Incompatible. I don't know why that happened in the first place. Doesn't have to be an NG shell. You just only need that heat shell, and you'll be fine. Incompatible is down. I think that could have lost the game, really. I'm so sorry. Stranger is now isolated, and oh dear, holy dear, oh my goodness, has he not done that? Well, I mean, it won't change anything, to be honest with you. And Stranger is also dead. H1Z1 is going to win by caps by the looks of it, unless Fabio just got unfortunately ammo racked. Oh, that was an actually shell, but it was another win for H1Z1. That was a good win, good counter, good response from from H1Z1, trying to rush onto Arashidi. Arashidi able to put some really decent damage, but I think he hesitated a bit, trying to go down into that kind of ditch here. That river will provide him a lot more cover. But H1Z1 nonetheless did a really good response onto that push onto Rashidi, and Written in Blood didn't really consolidate in the end, maybe. But I think H1Z1 did really well in this game, to be honest with you. So, I mean, looking at the damage, we have 5 tanks doing more than 2k on the H1Z1 side, and Written in Blood, only 1 tank doing more than 2k, and rest of them less than 2k. And it's going to be Mayan runes again. Now H1Z1 are on 4 points, so it's going to be either a draw or a win. So that at least H1Z1 will be getting home that will be getting home with some points at least. If H1Z1 wins the next one, they will at least get 3 points in the bag, and that will prove to be a really good start for H1Z1, and will put them up high onto the table. So let's go. So we have the T22, which is something that we haven't seen a lot. Maybe I don't have good memory, but T22 is a really good tank. Contrary to what someone said about that T22 and that one IS4, and I'm so sorry to be salty here, but don't try to get me started with that T22. And the IS4. I'm so sorry. Sorry for not reacting well, but Written in Blood. On the safe side, going with incompatible in the IS4 lots of Ferraris, Lieutenant in the mouse alongside Stranger, True Positive in the T20 goes Atlee in the T57 Heavy, and Familo in the bottom 3. Meanwhile, H1Z1 going with Uva in the IS4 and the Naker, Rashidi and Kramwagen alongside Ali Mosa, Criminal in the mouse, and we have double E5 Spy, Guevara and Prince. And again, Written in Blood will be getting cap lead on C. No, he's going to run away because Guevara is trying to decap C. Good call by H1Z1. But will Written in Blood have a respawn here? This time they're not going for B, and this is a good call because you don't want to do the same strat twice. But the Naker is horrendously isolated, and I don't know if that's a good call because if Written in Blood is going to wrap around and try to pincer the Naker will be gone in no time. And you're already seeing Written in Blood trying to make a push. Criminal is going to shield. They need to do the Lambda potentially. That's good shielding from Criminal. Naker is trying to get out of this, but Criminal is still trying to shield, but he's not really doing so. And Fabio is going to the backside of the Naker. Naker will be down very soon. H1Z1 are trying to save the Naker as much as they could. They're doing a fine job at the moment, but Naker is dead. Criminal is also really low. I think Written in Blood has made a good call getting the push here. Kramwagens are reloaded. The Criminal is down, and it's going to be a 7 vs 5. Good push by Written in Blood, and still not consolidated enough. They need to focus fast still. Rashidi is trying to get goes Atlee. Ali Mosa. Can he go? Goes Atlee. He does incompatible. Didn't try to actually block a shot from Ali Mosa, actually. I think this is not going to be the case. That the E5 Guevara absolutely needs to come in and save your teammates and the Uva as well. Because it's going to be easy for Written in Blood to get a focus fire right. Rashidi is going to be next tank down. Oh, he's down actually. Ali Mosa has this clip reloaded. I think he fluffs that shell. But this game is going to be into the Written in Blood. They really tried their best to get it back. Actually, Uva. Look at that, Uva and Prince trying to wrap around. Stranger is a one shot. Did they focus the bounce? Actually, I hope. Oh, that was another poor bounce. Written in Blood definitely has that in the bag. Good reading from them. As soon as they know that IS4 is already isolated, they just push on. And I think H1Z1, they had a response, but it wasn't good enough. Guevara staying at the back for pretty much the entire game is like, what? I mean, sorry to be salty here, but I mean, you could have kind of like close to better. I mean, in the end, it was a really good game for Written in Blood. The focus fire, it's good for Written in Blood, but also H1Z1 made it easy for Written in Blood as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, really, H1Z1 can do much better than this, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, Givara dropping the reactive armor would not save H1Z1 from a loss in this one. But they still have four games at hand. He's trying to kill himself with a different HE shell, but no, Lieutenant is going to kill him instead with a ram. And this game goes to Written in Blood. Good comeback here. And it is Written in Blood trying to dent H1Z1 from taking home those 3 points here. We're going to see. Someone said I have 100 people. Oh, well, that would be interesting. I will be interested if there are more than 100 people watching. Oof, Written in Blood underperformed. My stat says there are 52 viewers. So, well, we'll see. We have Uva, Alimosa, and Givara doing more than 2k. Written in Blood, they have 6 tanks doing more than 2k. That's good. That's the Written in Blood I want to see. Much more ruthless and much better reading and strategy. And that's what I want to see for Written in Blood. H1Z1. They need to realize they cannot separate too much when there's a team rushing you like that. Especially when you're in a heavy tank, you should never stay at the back. You should try to close it. I could understand if it's a medium tank because you have the mobility to kind of close it quickly. But if you're not in a medium, if you're in a heavy tank, if you stay at the back, that if you want to close it, then you don't have that mobility. You also don't have an accurate gun as well. Usually the heavy tanks, they have like 0.35 raw accuracy. So you might want to kind of close it, save your teammates, and so on. And right, we'll see what we can make of this. Sorry. Hello. Hello. That's what she said, or I think you're his royalty, if I remember correctly. We are now on Alpha starts. 2 more games to go, so we can check on our results very soon. We have True Positive in the double 50Bs alongside Ghost Atlee, Over in the E5 alongside Yoku, and for Haris, Strange in the Mouse, Vamilo in the Vickers Light. Meanwhile, H1Z going with our Rashidi in the E5 alongside Prince. T20 will be taken by Alimosa. We have Double Mouse by Criminal and Givara, Double Ice 4 by Uva and Naker. Let's hit up power and see where teams are going to go. H1Z1 are going mostly to C, meanwhile Written in Blood are going mostly to B and C as well, I suppose. North side I think is a better side just because you can get a cap more quickly. But that could only be the slight advantage you have. Because on the outside you can just do a counter strat and stop the enemies from getting the cap lead. But you see what I mean by that. Alimosa, I'm not sure if it's a good idea here. He's in the medium tank here. The heavy tanks are not there. And Written in Blood, I think they're doing a good decision here to just rush off Alimosa. He is going to very soon. This is going to be a horrible match for Alimosa, the worst nightmare you could ever imagine. Getting aggressive in the medium tank and just getting shut down by rushing your heavy tanks. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not something that H1Z1 wants to see at the start of this game. It's really all down to focus fire right now, but Written in Blood has done really well to kind of shoot one another. And the focus fire from H1Z1 is not there just yet. And the Naker is pretty low. And they're trying to focus to go to Atlee, which is a good call here. And he's down. And Rashidi is also down. And they're now going to focus for Haris. But I mean, the hit points are really solely in favor of Written in Blood. And I don't really see how H1Z1 is going to make a comeback from this. It seems to be a really steep hill to climb right now. Written in Blood. I mean, I think H1Z1 really needs to try to go back to the drawing board and see what could have been done better here. And because seriously, I don't know what to say. But the medium tank, you need to make sure you have a route to escape. If you spot so many tanks there, then make sure you can do that. So something that H1Z1 really needs to figure out again. Which position is the best for spotting tanks over to the seaside. I would say this is my advice for you. I would say Kivara is killed, and there we go. Oh, someone asking for me to what? I mean, your words just doesn't like doesn't look. Yeah. Don't click on the link, please. Looking at the damage here, H1Z1 with 2 tanks doing more than 2k, written in blood with 5 tanks doing more than 2k, Valmilo killing 3 tanks, T22, however, it's not the tank doing the least damage, Naked and Arashidi doing even less, actually, for some unknown reasons. And will written in blood spoil party here, because if they win the next one, the points are shared among them. And H1Z1, they just need one more win, and they will get home all the 3 points. But Written in Blood did much better in the last 2 matches. And I really love how they are now not going for an initial strat, rather than kind of a sensory strategy, more to responding the enemy's location and so on. I think that's a good way that Written in Blood that should go more in the future. Try to practice more in the future. Kind of hone your sensory reactive strategies rather than really going for maybe an initial strat. I don't know if I'm talking nonsense here, but you simply play a lot better when you read the information and react to that. But there we go, H1Z1 on the south side, they're going mostly to A and B, Written in Blood going a lot on C here. And I think Kivara, he's in E5, he won't be able to spot any tanks going into C. Well, I mean, Written in Blood's going for an Iron Fist again, isn't it? But I mean, they're going to rush on nothing. No, they're just going to put 4 tanks into C. I mean, you don't only need 3 tanks. You don't need like 5 tanks. Come on. joking. I know your idea here, but oh my god, that means Written in Blood definitely has the cap advantage here. Uber is spotted by Stranger. How is that even possible? Uber is the biggest liner, and Stranger is in the bounce. How is that even possible? Oh, don't forget, there is a Battle Pass giveaway. If you haven't already done that, go to my channel. There is a video. Comment in that video, ask me a question, and state your in-game name and your server region so that you can answer the giveaway. Very simple. You don't need to do much, and hopefully 25 Battle Passes to give away. Hopefully you get one of them. The H1Z1, they don't have a hit point advantage. They really need to find a way to kind of diminish that advantage of the Written in Blood. But I mean, Written in Blood take a lot of super heavies right here. And the good thing about H1Z1's formation is that they have a lot of DPM on the board. Maybe not that biggest light, but they have the double 140s, which should provide a lot of DPM. Written in Blood might be caught a little bit careless here, dropping some unnecessary hit points. Ali Moses spotted. He might be a little bit trapped here, but no, he has this kind of little small land bridge here that could potentially act as a held down cover. But with H1Z1 wrapping the forces, pincering Written in Blood, potentially trapping Written in Blood into a pocket, that would be a good call. I don't necessarily think that getting B might be a good call, because now Written in Blood is going to react. Oh, look at that. Criminal is going to get some shots here. This now, H1Z1 needs to make a move, I think, because Criminal is quite isolated. If H1Z1 doesn't respawn to Written in Blood's new move here, they will lose this because they still don't have the hit point advantage, and especially when your hit points are dropped, when your mouse is dropping hit points, that's even a bad sign. I think the mediums, I think they really need to start to consolidate and need to kind of do something. They cannot stay at the back for too long. I mean, we're seeing a push from Written in Blood onto the Al-Rashidi. I think that's a good call from Written in Blood. Those 50 Bs can clip out Al-Rashidi very soon. H1Z1, they absolutely need to make a move here. If they don't, there are loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of trouble. And I mean, Al-Rashidi is now down to one shot, so does Criminal. Absolutely. Where are the mediums? They're still at the back. Come on. Come on. Why are you going into the front side? Why are you going into the front side of the heavies? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. I can call this. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Naked kills off Yoku. That's good. But I don't know. Naked is down. This is going to be H1Z1's game. Oh no. It's Written in Blood's game. If they couldn't kill off the tanks quickly enough, Uva is reloaded. He needs to kill off Ghost Atlee. But why didn't he kill off Ghost Atlee? That's a question I'm going to ask. Oh, why are they going for Famila? Finally, they go for that Ghost Atlee. But cap points aren't so favor of Famila or Written in Blood. And they got B as well, which is a very important cap. But I mean, even they will win by caps. I can safely say, they have a lot more hit points, and the 2-8 is still really healthy now that Uva is dead, which means it's going to be a 4-4 4-4 draw for both Written in Blood. H1Z1 Written in Blood did really well in the last 3 games. I really love these 3 games from Written in Blood. They are much better than those 4 losses we are seeing for H1Z1. A lot more responsive. Read the information much better. I sense there's some change in the leadership here, because that's a totally different Written in Blood we are seeing right here. H1Z1. I mean, there are some problems already shown here. I mean, the mediums aren't really doing the best of their jobs. They have W140s doing less than 1k of damage, and in fact, if you're putting 3 mediums of lights, these 3 tanks should in fact be doing a lot more. And I mean, otherwise you're not going to get the hit point pool lead back. Uva did more than 3k, and I think that's important. But if those mediums and lights work together, kind of pencil down, kind of focus down on tanks, flank up Written in Blood's forces, and I think they could have done a lot better. We'll see. But really well done to Written in Blood. Good 4 wins from H1Z1 as well, and I think 2 teams are very closely matched. And well done to you both. So well done, really well done. I think it's now I'm going to actually screenshot that and just send that to Eaterbix or Sam, Mr. Jeffries. And that's what I call you. Wow. No, you don't play a tiebreaker. This is not best of 9. You only play 8 matches. Oh, why is this not updated? God. Yeah, for some reason the table is not updated. Yeah, it's going to the wrong directory. I'm so sorry. It should now go into the right directory. There we go. There we go. Written in Blood 4-4 against H1Z1. Oh, come on. Uh, 5 minutes of delay, as always.
Watching you cry for me. Get on your knees, apologize, please. Now why don't you die for me?
I'm getting some lots of questions about here. I'll lose Cyber Ghost. Okay, both teams said GG to both, so that's really good. Oh, thank you for following, Oben. Oh, that's really good viewership tonight. I'm very satisfied. Make sure you haven't done so already. Then make sure you should enter the giveaway. Once again, go to my video, comment below, and state state your comment. Ask me a question and also specify your in-game name and your server region. Very simple. Click onto my channel, you know what to do. Right, let's look at other results, shall we? Currently, it's 1-0 for KRK-S and also RDX. Alright, so it's 1-0 for KRK and RDX. Sorry. And next we have we have TXC versus Fuha. Results are 2-1 at the moment for TXC. So this is it for you guys so far, and I will make sure to update you again on my server. If you haven't joined my Discord server, that would be really good. I see why. That's why they are playing much better. True Positive is leading. They have changed the leadership. Yeah. You never knew I was an Asian though. I don't know if Ghost was leading in the first 5 games, because definitely you looked a lot less good there. But when True Positive is leading, you look a lot better. So I think there is some change. The first 4 games, I mean. How many draws do you get in this system? As much as you like. Alright. Just have to make sure whether I got it right or not. Yeah, I fixed end game, so I got it right. Yeah, same for football. Unless it's 0-0, but yeah, not really the same for football. I'm just talking nonsense here. Oh my god, why did that not? Oh yeah, now it's back. Why did it disappear in the first place? Just going to leave once again. Let's go back and see the results. So we have some results already. Yes, it's going to be 2-1 for KRK-S. So, yeah, 2-1 for Kraken Esports at the moment. Is that French Baguette? No, it's French Kraken, not French Baguette. So thank you all for watching. Make sure now you go to Fidget's Blitz stream or who is that also? Or gosh, Fidget's Blitz and also Stage stream, right? And also Stage. It's his first time streaming, so give him some support. I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for watching. I'm going to see you then. Goodbye all.